Red line.
I believe we are live right now. Let me just go double check. Don't want to be talking to nobody. Live with the wrong thumbnail. It says July 4th on it. Well.
This fucking guy.
I put the right one in there.
No, I see July 5th on mine.
Really?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Who cares? All right, here we go. Welcome, everybody. We have 15 baseball games today. Good Lord. Real quick rundown from yesterday. Yesterday's episode, Toast finished with, I think it was close to 1.8 units in the green, so he had the highest score. I was right behind him at around 1.2. Prop Beaver, the worst day of his career, but he took it like a champ. He was 3-10 in his bets and lost 3.7 units. Do you have anything to say to the crowd before we get started, Prop Beaver?
I just sincerely hope you guys bet that SGP I put out, because holy fuck. That was the only thing that saved my bank account yesterday. Very sorry about that. It's definitely not for a lack of effort. I'm up early as fuck doing all these reports every single day. So I'm embarrassed, but I'm trying. I really am trying. I hope today's better.
Hey, I went like 2-7 like 3 days ago. Shit just happens.
I was going to say, I don't think anybody's questioning your lack of effort. That's for sure, bro.
Yeah, he comes with the numbers.
Yeah, trust me. Especially in baseball, bro. I mean, we've all seen me. I mean, I've been around for this company for a year and a half, and I look like a genius some days, and I look like a complete moron others. That does, I mean, and I try the same every day, you know?
Yeah, it's the same amount of effort.
No. Mitch White just got scratched.
Are you joking?
Nope. Rockies. But
I've already got the Rockies.
We have 14 games till we get there. So let's go ahead and start with the game that starts in 35 minutes. It's Mariners at Padres. And we start off on a shitty one. I don't even have a bet I like on this one. All right, so really? I'll start. The Padres bats, they just kind of dropped off. It started right before the Dodgers series, carried through the Dodgers series, and then they returned home, maybe a flat spot, maybe not. But I don't know how much I trust this lineup right now. Now going up against Logan Gilbert, who himself is coming off 2 bad starts. Now, you can go with, Logan Gilbert's coming off 2 bad starts. That means he's due for a good start. Or you can go with, hey, Logan Gilbert might be slipping. It's all about how you personally look at things. I personally think he's due for a good start. I like Logan Gilbert, so I didn't have it in me. I cashed on that plus 160 Mariners yesterday. I think Toast was with me on that. I don't have it in me to ride that lightning again. So what I did was I found a plus money number I liked. I'm going to go with the Padres first 5 team total under 1.5 at plus 115. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, the Padres just had their flat spot yesterday. They're going to come out smacking the ball. And, hey, I do see how you could feel that way. Just personally, I'm not there. So I'm going to take that plus money. For just a half unit, this is definitely one of my least favorites on the board. Toast, why don't you take second?
Yeah, I actually like this game. I actually took the Padres on the money line for a full unit. I do like Logan Gilbert. He has looked shaky his last couple starts, but this is more of a bet on Clevenger myself. He's looked really good, and especially going 6 innings his last start in Arizona. That workload starting to pick up a little bit. I think he's starting to feel himself a little bit more. And the Padres aren't scoring runs that much, but not very many people score runs against the Dodgers. So if you take those games out, they are hitting the ball pretty well. So they got embarrassed yesterday. I'll take the Padres with the better pitcher and better form at home. And keep in mind, Seattle also without Ty France and let's see who's sitting today. Jesse Winker will be sitting today for them because they have all those suspended players as well. So you still got Julio Rodriguez and stuff like that. But keep in mind, San Diego, without all those bats with the Dodgers and stuff, they didn't have Manny for a short time too. So some of those numbers will get better. He played third base yesterday, looked well, fielded a couple balls left, fielded a couple balls to his right. Padres money line for me.
All right, a full unit bet off the rip for Toast for Padres money line. Beaver, I got Cesar Gomez saying he misses you wearing the original Beaver hat.
I don't even know, but listen, Cheese, if you want a Beaver hat, it's not my own. There's this place called Buc-ee's in the South. It's a rest stop. That place falls.
That's what someone said. It's a Buc-ee's hat. That's what dude said right here.
It was part of the inspiration for the Beaver name, but yeah, dude, I love that place. So if you want a Beaver hat, go to Buc-ee's. I don't think anybody's gonna want a hat after my last 2 days. Anyways, Logan Gilbert, I went with him over 4.5 Ks. I put a full unit on that. Personally, I just think that this is a really good spot for Gilbert. This San Diego lineup is so flat, man. I mean, the last 2 weeks have been pretty dreadful. We're talking about bottom 3 in OPS, WOBA, WRC+. And I just think that this is a great spot for Logan Gilbert to come out and just dominate. I think he has really great K stuff. If you look at the Padres, they just allowed Flexen and Gonsolin back-to-back to strike them out 8 times. If you know Chris Flexen, that is absurd. The guy's reached like 3 times this year. That is unholy. So Logan Gilbert, I think, is twice the pitcher Flexen is. I think he's in a great spot to do damage. And the Padres have the 5th highest K percentage at home versus righty over the last month. We've seen a lot of decent righties go in there and just fucking K them up. So I'm going with Logan Gilbert too at a very low number, and I'm taking the Mariners money line for a half unit at plus 115. Yes, Clevenger has been good. I definitely recognize that. And the reason I put out a half unit is because, as Toast said, there is no France and there is going to be no Winker. But, dude, these Seattle bats on the road, man, they smash. And this is what I failed to recognize for yesterday's game. They are on fire on the road. So last 3 weeks on the road, 1st in OBP, 4th in OPS, 3rd in WOBA, 1st in WRC+. They are just absolutely shelling dudes on the road. Clevenger, I think he's a cool guy. Actually, I don't even think he's a cool guy. He seems like a fucking weirdo. So I'm just going to fade his ass here. And personally, He
likes all the same weird shit you do. Like, go read a book about Mike Clevenger, bro. He's cool.
Read a book.
Doesn't even. What books are there on Mike Clevenger and his hobbies and activities?
Damn magazine. The point was made. That's crazy.
All right, first game down the drain. That game starts in 32 minutes, so you might want to get that bet in.
He got in trouble at Old Dominion or whatever for smoking pot, B. Remember the days you used to smoke pot? Now you're all up in Holy Land?
And then I realized I need to be the best capper.
So did he, and then he turned into a pro baseball player.
I realized I need to be the best capper in all the land.
As if smoking pot was holding him back.
I know.
When you're looking at the number.
I think I'm back live again. So let's get the squad back in. I believe I am back. I don't know what the fuck just happened, yo.
Oh, there he is.
I think everyone's back.
That was so weird.
What type of wonky operation are you
hold on.
there?
There's Beaver. There's me.
I think everyone's back.
Network.
That was so weird.
Can you guys check to see we're good before we keep going?
It looks like we're good. I'm this like 20 seconds behind-ish, but it looks like we're good.
Hold on, what the fuck is going on?
Beaver, say something.
Yo, Max Scherzer, he's back.
So we're good. I think we're good. All right, cool. All right, so anyway, Beaver. Toast. Why don't you start Mets at Reds?
Mine's loading again, so I don't know, but okay. Yeah, Max Scherzer's on his way back, coming back. He's one of the guys I don't really worry about as far as coming back off an injury. He just pitched in AAA and looked like a stud, so I don't really worry about that. The Mets lineup got going last night. I didn't really want to lay the 1.5. I didn't really love the price. If I had to, I would, but I actually like the Mets and the Yankees in a parlay at plus 121. And I was going to do a full unit on that one, so I like both spots for both teams. And like I said, I don't really worry about Scherzer coming off an injury.
So, in the Mets-Yankees moneyline parlay at plus 131.
121.
121. And did you say how much you putting on it?
Unit.
Full unit. Okay. Laying it out. Prop Beaver, what do you like in this Mets-Reds game?
All right, I was having a hard time creating some value here. I like the Mets 1.5. I think that we should do fine again. No problem versus one of the worst bullpens in the league. We got Scherzer on the mound, so he should be able to hold it down through the first 5. And also, if you've been watching some Reds games lately, you know that they're striking out at an obscene rate right now. I mean, Charlie Morton was giving them the dirty yesterday. So for a half unit, I'm doing a little SGP. I'm going Mets minus 1.5 and Scherzer 6+ Ks for plus 105. They really like Scherzer to strike some guys out today because that should be way higher.
And that comes out to be plus 105 for how much you betting? Half unit?
Just putting a half unit.
And that's, did you throw a bet out in the beginning too that I missed? You said Mets first 5?
No. Just the one I just said.
All right, cool. So for me, the way I look at this game, obviously I think Scherzer will pitch fine. I don't know if he come back and just dominates, but I think he'll be all right. He's a veteran. It's not like he's never been dinged up and missed a month before. I mean, he's no stranger to this. No situation's gonna mentally defeat him. What worries me is the pitcher on the other side. This kid Nick Lodolo. Now, not many stats to go by here. I don't know much about him. But he's a lefty, and that terrifies me because the Mets have struggled against lefties all year. So as much as I would love to just jump on the Mets side here, and trust me, I want to, I do think they win the game. I think the best bet, because we have Max Scherzer on one side against the Reds lineup, and then we have a lefty on the other side against the Mets lineup who does hit lefties. I'm cool with the first 5 under 4.5 at minus 115. Let's call it 0.75 units.
You boys betting unders in Cincinnati are crazy.
The unders in Cincy have been hitting in the first 5 lately. I don't even want to hear it. The only reason I'm not betting it today is because it got scorned yesterday. But
he doesn't even want to hear it. That's what he said. He doesn't even want to hear it.
Bring him off.
So, anyway, let's move on to the following game, which is Angels at Marlins. Prop Beaver, why don't you start us off here?
All right, so this honestly could be one of the most suspect games out there, but I simply don't care. I'm going with 2 Sandy props here. I love Sandy in this spot. If it's a trap, then fuck it. I'm going 10 toes down because this is a beautiful spot for him. I'm going Sandy under 2.5 earned runs, minus 135. I'm putting a full unit on that. And then I'm going Sandy to record a win, plus 140, and I'm putting a half unit on that.
That's plus 140?
Yeah, putting a half unit on that.
Damn.
There's zero experience versus Angels lineup, and at night, at home, that's a spot that I've been looking to target him all year. He has been untouchable. We're talking about a guy with a 466 OPS in that spot, 139 ERA, 0.75 whip. And listen, yes, there's going to be some lefties in that lineup tonight, but he doesn't even have splits. This guy's such a freak. He doesn't even have any left-hand, right-hand splits. And what the Angels do have is the worst road offense in the league. Over the last 3 weeks, they're 30th in OBP, OPS, WOBA, WRC+, K percentage, and 28th in walk percentage. They are truly terrible. And meanwhile, you got Syndergaard on the other side, who, yes, he's had a few good starts lately, but I'm not really buying into it. Look at him on the road this year. 6.53 ERA, 8.21 OPS, 1.6 whip. I mean, this guy's looked shaky at best. And now we're going to see a Miami team at home that is, over the last 2 weeks against righties, they're 6th in OBP, 7th in OPS, 5th in WOBA, WRC+. I think that they have a nice matchup with him today. I'm not a Syndergaard believer. And just personally, when it comes to the bullpen, I basically essentially take that shitty Miami bullpen out of it because Sandy's the type of guy that can pitch 8 innings. So as long as the closer doesn't come in and screw it all up, I think that Sandy's going to have a fantastic outing here.
I mean, I kind of agree with that, but we'll let Toast go. So I think we're all going to be in the same boat on this one. Toast, I'm assuming you're back in Sandy, right?
He's muted.
You're muted.
I am only going to back Sandy in the first 5, and I'm actually going to pay the juice today because it's burned me so many times. So I'm going to go Miami first 5 money line minus 145 for a full unit. Look, we can talk about Sandy. We all know how damn good he is. He's a Cy Young Award winner or about to be. But the Angels lineup with Ohtani and Trout and all those guys, if you look at their K percentage, I know that Beaver just touched at them. Every single one of them is in the pink or in the light blue, which just tells me they strike out a lot. Ohtani strikes out 24%, Trout 29%, Walsh 29%, Vasquez 33%, Stassi 30%, Brandon Marsh 34% strikeout rate. They shouldn't be getting to Sandy at all. If you wanted to play the Angels team total in the first 5, I'd play that under too. So, but yeah, the official play Yankee are Marlins. Jesus, first 5 money line.
All right. I'm on the Marlins also, but a little riskier here. I did lay the half run in the first 5. It's at minus 105, so let me type that in. Miami, first 5 minus a half run at minus 105. We'll say a half unit on that and a half unit on Miami money line, which is at minus 136 earlier. Hope it hasn't changed in the last hour or so. Half unit on each. That's what I did. Basically, I don't even need to go into it because Beaver, you guys just both touched on everything. It's a perfect spot for Sandy Alcantara. He had 6 starts in June. Of those 6 of them, he went 7 innings or more. All 6. 2 of them, he went a complete 9 innings. And the other one was an 8. He went 8 innings. This dude is pitching what bullpen? I don't trust Syndergaard on the road. He has limited action on the road this year, but I don't trust it. I'm completely cool putting all of my action on the Marlins to take an early lead and keep it. So that's where my money is going. Yes, and I know, Toast, your boy's still out, right? Jazz Chisholm?
Yeah, it's all good. They're not starting John Birdie today. That's another reason why I kind of stayed away because he leads the league in steals. People don't realize that.
Birdie's? Oh yeah, damn, that does hurt a bit.
Well, Brad Pitt doesn't like steals in Moneyball, so I don't care about steals.
All right, that's
Billy
that's
Bean.
great.
Billy Bean doesn't like steals.
Yeah, it's not part of Moneyball.
I don't think he likes rings either.
Watch the movie, Beaver. Obviously, they win, bro. Come on.
No, they don't win.
They don't win the chip.
They get a lot of wins in a row.
They get 20 in a row.
I said rings. Where's them rings at, boy?
Bro, he
Not
turned
one.
down a job with the Bo Sox to hang with his daughter, okay? He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's really, really messed up that you're just taking shots at Billy Bean like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the heart of a winner. What do you want to tell him?
He's the godfather of MLB, of modern MLB. All right, Rangers at Orioles. I'll go first. And does anyone in here trust Spencer Howard? I mean, I have such an incorrect take. If you rewind about a year and a half ago, I guess it was about a year ago now when the Phillies traded for Kyle Gibson, so Spencer Howard went to Texas in that deal, and I remember saying, probably on YouTube or something, that like, yo, Texas got the better end of this. Like, Spencer Howard's going to be good, and he's still only 25, still plenty of time to develop. But what we've seen so far since he got to Texas, what the hell? If you rewind back to 2020, this kid was like 22, 23, looking like he was going to be an ace, and you can't rely on him for shit now. I mean, I don't even know the last time he's made it 3+ innings in a start. It's bad. So, all that being said, I know it's a bullpen day for Baltimore, but I've cashed Baltimore bets on bullpen days before, so I'm just going with the Orioles first 5 money line at minus 109, and I'll put 0.75 units on it. Beaver, why don't you go second?
Yeah, I'm just gonna preface. This game's a weird one. I'm only putting a half unit, and I'm going with the Rangers money line minus 104. Main reason I'm doing it is I'm just fading all the money on Baltimore. There's an unholy amount of money and bets on Baltimore today, so I'm gonna be fading that. Spencer Howard, yes, this dude is absolute trash. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. but he is a lot better versus lefties. That's not only the case this year, but it's been throughout his entire career. He's going to see 5 of them tonight. I mean, and this Baltimore lineup, if you look at them against righties over the last 2 weeks, it's not like they're putting up numbers. They're in the bottom 8 of just about every single category, so they're not necessarily looking good. Meanwhile, we got the Texas Rangers, who on the road, those bats really come alive. Last 2 weeks, 4th in OPS, 5th in WOBA, 4th in WRC+. So I like what I'm seeing from the Texas angle. And then Austin Voth, yeah, he's had a couple good starts, but the guy sucks too. I mean, I've known Austin Voth for like 3 years now. He's just as bad as his Spencer Howard character. And in terms of the bullpen, I mean, dude, Texas, over the last 3 weeks, we're talking about a team 5th in ERA, 2nd in OBP, 7th in slug, 3rd in WOBA. I know that the Baltimore bullpen is good, but over the last 2 weeks, they're starting to slip a little bit. I'm going to take my chances with the Rangers here. I'll go sharp. Just give me a half unit on that, minus 104.
Got it.
Yeah, I wanted to play Baltimore in a way, but I don't really like the fact that all the money's on them, and both sides are not like I can't even get Texas at plus money. So I'm actually going to play the over 9.5 at plus 100 for a half a unit. Going to Beaver's point about the Baltimore bullpen. Texas just saw them yesterday. Lopez threw 24, Batista threw 13, and Perez threw 16, and another guy threw 26. So they've seen them as well. I think both teams should be able to score some runs on the opposing pitchers. So yeah, I like the over here. I don't really want to pick a side because I truly feel like it's a coin flip game, personally.
Yeah. Oh, Toast, I forgot to tell you. So we're starting for these 15-game slates. You're allowed to pass on 2 games. So the rule of you have to pick every game, you're allowed to pass on 2. So keep that in mind. Next game, Washington at Philly. Toast, you just went last, so I'm.
Yeah, I'm passing as well.
Shut up! Are you bull passing?
There's no way I'm betting this game, bro.
Oh my god! Don't worry, guys.
Are you kidding me? Look at this. What am I dealing with here?
Hold on. Convince me. Sell me, man. Tell me.
I'm about to.
This game is garbage.
Let me write your cowardly passes in so that you can sit with a big pass in front of your face while.
Can you put TBD after my pass? Because if you convince me, I'll play it.
Okay. So it's a bullpen day for Philadelphia, right? And if you rewind back to like early May, this would be an auto fade because the Phillies bullpen was terrible, but it hasn't been. And I'm not talking about over the past couple weeks. For the past 5 or 6 weeks, the Phillies bullpen has been reliable. In fact, in the last month, they're 7th in slugging percentage allowed, 6th in hard hit ball percentage allowed, 9th in on base percentage allowed. This Phillies bullpen is not only like throwing well, I think it's been a long enough sample size where we can be like, yo, this bullpen's pretty good. It's a bullpen day, and I think the Phillies bullpen is pretty good. Pitching on the other side is the Antichrist himself, the auto fade god, Paulo Espino. This man, you cannot bet this man at no way. There's a reason the Phillies are priced so high, and people are seeing that they're starting. I don't even know the name of the guy that they're starting. I just wrote down bullpen day.
All right, yeah. So here's the thing with Christopher Sanchez.
I wasn't finished. So.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. No, keep going.
Do you want me to take down your pass or not?
Keep going.
My bet is, and I am more than comfortable to fade the Washington bats. So I'm going with the Phillies first 5 run line. I'm laying the half a run at minus 110. And I'm throwing 0.75 units on it because I fear nothing. All right, so we're just going to go on to the next game because
I just want to say one thing. Christopher Sanchez has made 2 starts in this league. One of them was against the Washington Nationals just last year. He gave up 3 hits, 4 earned runs, and a walk through 1 out recorded.
Okay. So you want me to take down your pass?
Hold on.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know how you decided to bet on this game. That's wild to me.
I'll take the over. I'll take down that pass. I'll take the over 9.5 at minus 115 for 0.75 units.
There we go.
I can see some runs here, plus 25% home run percentage, plus 11% runs. We got some decent weather in Citizens Bank Ballpark tonight. Let's ring that bell tonight, Phillies, huh?
All right. Real quick, I want to get a picture of Beaver's face with a big pass in front of it. Oh, man, I'm going to reuse that. All right. Next game. Yankees at Pirates. I feel like it's been, like, months since we've seen the Yankees play. Yes, I know they had one day off, but this is, like, kind of weird because I found myself looking at some Pirates bets. Toast, why don't you start us? But were you in the same boat? Were you, like, kind of feeling some Pirates bets here?
I wasn't at all. I actually think that this is a get-right spot for New York. I laid the 1.5 with them it's up to 125 now, so I guess it's right there. So
minus plus 120.
No, it's minus 125.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just one of those things. I can't trust Quintana in this spot right now. I understand that the Yankees didn't look good their last game in Cleveland, but it's just I think this is a get right spot. Tyone's been nothing but consistent for them all year long. I'm pretty sure he was a Tiger or a Pirate before this as well. But either way, I like the Yankees today, and I think they roll.
And actually, I just looked. The consensus line is minus 120, so I got you an extra 5 points there. How much did you want to bet on it?
Full unit.
There you go. Mr. Prop Beavers. Oh, should I run in pass or?
Nah. You could write in Yankees minus 1.5 for a full unit. Listen, I just think that the Yankees have the edge in every single spot right here. We're talking about Jose Quintana, who in my opinion sucks. He had a good start last time out, but I don't even know who that was against, the Washington Nationals. This guy's expected numbers are absolutely horrible. I'm waiting for the regression to smack him in the face, and I think it'll be today against the Yankees lineup. It, as in what Toast said, is a get-right spot. I mean, if you look at the last 2 weeks, it's not the righties that are it's not the lefties that are giving them trouble. It's the righties. Against the lefties, they're still top 10 in all the major offensive categories. And now we're talking about a spot where, yes, let's just say Quintana does pitch somewhat decently. I expect Tyone to hold up on his end, and let's just do a little bullpen comparison. Yankees, first in ERA, top 5 in all the categories. Pittsburgh, 29th in ERA, bottom 3 in all the categories. This is over the last 3 weeks. I just think that this is the ultimate edge for the Yankees. Pittsburgh's 1-6 in non-league games, so I guess going against the AL, they've done horribly. I like the Yankees minus 1.5. Easy. 1 unit.
So I guess I'm on my own here. I'm taking the Pittsburgh Pirates only in the first 5, and I'm taking that half a run as a little cushion. To me, I don't really trust Tyone like that. I think his 9-1 record, it's just a half unit for me. I think his 9-1 record is a little bit inflated and just kind of a little bit of a fluke. I mean, look at his numbers from his game logs in June. I mean, there's nothing elite about that. He wasn't great. I mean, he wasn't bad, but
3.2 walk percentage, 35% hard hit percentage. That's tops in MLB.
Yeah, but look at the amount of hits he's given up.
I get what Kyle's saying. Last 4 starts, 5.06 ERA, 1.59 WHIP.
He had an ERA at almost 5 in the whole month. 10 hits, 9 hits, 8 hits. The Cubs, but regardless, what I'm saying is not that 9-1 record doesn't match him. Like, he's not a 9-1 pitcher. He just plays on a really good team, and he's overpriced. So here's another thing. I like Quintana. I think he's got wicked stuff. Yeah, I know he's a kid, and lefty against the Yankees is just dangerous as hell because, I mean, the Yankees really have not had problems hitting lefties all year. So, but I like Quintana to come out against the Yankees and really have his stuff working, at least for a few innings, and I think I also looked at the first 5 under. That was my original bet, and I switched to the Pirates getting a half a run. So I think this game could be very low scoring to start, and it could even be tied, which is why I'm going to go Pirates, first 5 plus a half run, plus 100, half a unit. Let's go Quintana.
You know he's not a kid, though, right?
He's 33.
Oh, I'm mixing him up with Contreras.
You're good.
I actually like the first 5 over in that game, if I'm being honest.
I like the
We're just
under,
on
so no, it's
we're
wrong.
I like
different
the
sides
Yankees.
here.
You guys want a couple BS trends I don't really pay attention to, but the Yankees are 3-0 in interleague play, and they're 19-7 versus lefties this year.
I mean, compared to their actual record, that's like pretty. The 19-7 is like, because aren't they like 58-22 total?
Yeah.
It's like right on
It's
ratio.
I mean,
It's
just
like
crazy.
right on.
It's crazy what their winning is. Yeah.
Yeah, their record's stupid. Next game, I believe Toast was waiting for injury reports in this one. Cleveland at Detroit. Did you get them yet?
Both of them are playing. Wow. Yeah.
Ooh,
So
let me
I
see
was
that.
I was trying to bet on Detroit, but I was assuming that Ramirez and Naylor one of them might take a day off, and they're both playing. The reason being, Jose Ramirez was dealing with a sprained thumb. He took a ball off his foot the other night as well. Then the same thing happened with Naylor. He wasn't dealing with a sprained thumb, but he took a ball off his foot. And you combine, if you were to take one of those bats out of the lineup, and then you have a lineup with a guy like Franmil Reyes that strikes out 85% of the time, it would be a hard time to bet Cleveland. But they're both in the lineup. I'm still kind of leaning towards the Tigers. I'm trying to see what their line is. I'm going to take the Tigers plus 1.5 at minus 125 for 0.75 units. Just not the biggest fan of how Cleveland looks right now, and even with those two guys playing, I don't know how well they're going to play. I mean, Naylor was swinging at some really bad pitches yesterday when he wasn't even competitive in the box. So, Tigers, I mean, obviously they're up and down, but I don't know. I'm just not a biggest fan of Kyle Contrell either. He hasn't looked great his last couple starts, really not striking anybody out. So give me the Tigers plus a 1.5 at home. That seems to be usually a good bet for me.
Real quick, this comment came in. It's really good analysis here. Action Jackson says the Guardians are poo-poo. So
oh yeah,
I like to share. I like to share good analytics when they come. Like I don't want
And
to.
Hey,
honestly,
where the hell
they're
did
probably
that?
gonna play like
What's
it.
that guy's source? I need to find that.
Man, Cleveland looks bad.
All right, who's next?
I'll go next. Sorry, I was reading my notes here. See, for me, this one is like I just really simplified it. In the last month, Tigers, Detroit and Cleveland are two of the worst lineups in baseball, period. In the last month, 27th and 28th in OPS. Neither team is hitting right now. Even with those two guys in the lineup for Cleveland, they've been in the lineup for most, if not all, of this month. I'm getting a number at 9. It's still at 9. Let me make sure. At 9. Under 9 at minus 105 with two of the worst lineups in baseball. I don't even care who's pitching. Just sign me up for that for a full unit. That's where I thought the best value was. I didn't even try. Obviously, I would love to have taken Cleveland, but at minus 160, no way. So yeah, that under at 9, I'm all over it.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. We got a comment. It says, "Bro, the reason you guys lose is because you guys do weird bets. Make it simple." I don't know what's weird about. What are we doing that's so weird?
I guess people have different definitions of weird.
All right, I just wanted to make sure. Sorry, Beaver.
To enter this person, Katie Cecil, it's not that it's rigged. It's if you follow the pattern of when action comes in. If all the money's going to the Yankees and the books haven't adjusted the line that much, all it does is it shows you who the books like. The books have the best analysts in the world, better than anyone you'll see on YouTube or Google or anywhere. They have some of the smartest people, analytics people in the world working for them. So if you can study that, right, so much deeper and more intricate than any of our models. So if you can study that and pick up on where the books are leading, where they want the money, that's very valuable information. Now, it's not like an end-all, be-all, like, I found a fix, but it's definitely a really good tool and something to keep an eye on. All right.
If you get good at it, it can be a tool. Like, I consider it a tool for you. I mean, I call you when I have a question about it. I can't do it like you do. So it can be a tool if you figure it out.
Yeah. It's hit or miss. Sometimes, like, reading the
true.
line movement, I can't miss for 3 weeks, and then sometimes the public's cleaning up and the books are getting washed. Like it's just like every other tool. You have to just get a feel for it. All right, Prop Beaver, saved you for last. Let me guess, pass?
No, I got 2 bets for this game.
Two?
So the first one, it got juiced to all hell, but I'll still take it. Cal Quantrill over 17.5 outs. I got it at -110, but now it's at -150. Whatever.
Ew.
I'll put 0.75 units on that. Dude, he's hit his last 10 to 12 games. The Detroit Tigers are simply not good against right-handed pitching, and the last 12 to 18 righties to face Detroit have hit this mark. Against Detroit in his lifetime, against the current lineup, he owns a 179 OBP, a 366 OPS, and a 38 K percentage. But he's going off on them. And then just look at what the Cleveland bullpen has had to deal with the past 3 days. They've had 2 doubleheaders in the past 3 days. So that bullpen is taxed. It is exhausted. And now we're getting a guy who's hit his past 10 to 12 and in the golden scenario. I just simply can't pass up on that, so I bet that. And then in a conflicting fashion, I'm going with the Tigers money line, plus 135, and I'm putting a half unit on it. Even though I think Cal's going to go 6 innings, I think he's going to give up at least, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 runs. While Drew Hutchison, the guy is absolutely awful. We're not gonna fight about that topic. But Cleveland's awful. I mean, they are terrible. Last 2 weeks, 25th in OBP, 29th in OBS, WOBA, WRC plus. These dudes can't hit a baseball to save their life. And when it gets to the bullpen, this is what I really like. Detroit has a nice bullpen edge here because Detroit's been amongst the top of the league for most of the season. Last 3 weeks for Cleveland, 26th ERA, 29th OBP, 29th WOBA, 25th slug. Those are some terrible numbers. I think the Tigers can get to them late. That's how I've been seeing them win some games lately. So I'm going to bet on both. Yeah, I'll put a half unit on the Tigers.
All right. So, wait, you have 0.75 on Quantrill, right?
Yeah.
Yep, okay, got it right. All right, cool. We're all in different bets there. Yeah. Let's move on to the next one because we still have 8 more games to go. Tonight's going to be wild. Sean Redden comes in. Worrying about the money is so casual, nerds. All right, race at Red Sox. I'll go first.
That's a clown.
So couple dominant pitchers here, Pivetta versus Jeffrey Springs. I can't remember which one of you, it's Toast or Beaver. One of you guys really likes Jeffrey Springs. And it's hard not to with those numbers. But one number, the numbers that I really like are Boston's numbers against lefties. Because of the past 2 weeks, they are not number 2 or 3, number 1 in baseball at hitting lefties over the last 2 weeks. This is the best team in baseball at hitting lefties recently. So I am all over Boston here. The Rays, I'm a little pissed. I'm still a little pissed at them for yesterday. I bet Rays first 5 and Rays full game yesterday, and I was confident with them. And I mean, what they lose 4-0? They got blanked. Took 2 losses there. So I thought the Rays lineup was coming back around to where, I mean, because those bats have been flat for some time, and I thought they were coming back. I was just completely wrong. They got blanked. I'm on Boston 2 ways here, and I will write them in now. First way is Boston first 5 on the run line. That's -0.5 a run, and that is at plus 105. We'll put a half unit on that. And then on the full game, Boston's money line's at -133. And I'll put it just a half unit. No need to bet more. 0.75 units. I'm loading up on this game. I like the Bo Sox here.
Hold on, let me make sure. Is Xander in the lineup?
Rafael Devers is out. I don't know if Xander's out.
Because Xander's got stitches in his leg yesterday. Yeah, he's in. Woo! Better hope those stitches don't come out.
I hope they do come out. I want to see blood tonight. I'm going to be taking Boston in the first 5 and in the full game here, both for a half a unit. Simply put, even without Devers, what Kyle was saying is true. Boston at home versus lefties, that has been a spot where they are killing opposing pitchers. And Nick Pivetta, he's been quite impressive this year. He has some solid numbers against the Rays. I like that he's slightly better at home. He doesn't really have any splits, which I like. He's very consistent. And while Tampa's lineup is starting to pick up a little bit, I still don't really trust them on the road here. And the reason I'm going with the full game as well is just because how much Tampa's used their bullpen lately, on top of the fact that they're also bottom 5 in almost every category over the last 3 weeks. Meanwhile, Boston's is starting to rise up. I mean, I've been seeing that guy John Schreiber a lot. He's putting some work in. I know he's on my fantasy team. Guys getting points every night, baby. So I'll go with Boston in the first 5 and in the full game.
Oh, so same bets as me?
Yeah.
Good. Same amounts too, 0.75.
No, I'm just going half on both. Because
Okay,
if Devers was there, I would have done 0.75.
You got it. All right, Toast, are you with us on the Boston Red Sox train?
I don't know, man. Pivetta has been nothing but solid for these guys, but if you look at his StatCast numbers, it's all bad. I mean, especially compared to Jeffrey Springs. Jeffrey Springs has all red, great numbers. Pivetta, all light blue, bad numbers. This was actually really hard. I know a lot of people are on the Red Sox. I don't know what the money looks like. I can't take him.
I can tell you right now if you like.
Yeah,
so
please
let's pull that. I probably should have that open in case anyone asks anyway.
Because if I'm taking a look at the numbers like with StatCast preview, I mean, Tampa Bay has 3 guys that stack up just as well as Boston with Diaz and Franco and Harold Ramirez. And then with Paredes hitting the way that he does, I actually like I'm going to play the over in this game at 9.5 or at 9 at -105 for a half a unit. And then I'm also going to take both team totals over 4.5 at half a unit as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Boston's -105 and Tampa's +105.
That's a lot of bets there.
It's only a unit and a half.
Yeah, I know. More like that's a lot of typing.
That I apologize for.
Nah, that's cool. All right. Let's put that up. And real quick, let me try something real quick. See if where's like a screen capture. Oh, nice. So they can see my screen. Let's flip this over. So for those that wanted to see the money, here it is right here. So yeah, money's definitely been on Boston all day. Line has actually dropped a little bit. Definitely points to the books may like Tampa Bay. So there you go.
Well, Devers did just get announced out. So
oh, right. The injury announcement would affect that. Good. Very observant, Prop Beaver. Next game coming. Cardinals at Braves. Mr. Payante is pitching against Ian Anderson. Prop Beaver, would you like to lead? Actually, no. He just let us off. Toast, why don't you start us off?
Yeah. I think I'm going to take the Cardinals here on the money line for a half a unit. Just not a big Ian Anderson fan, and I just don't really believe in the Braves yet. So I will figure that out when that time comes. But for right now, I don't really am impressed with what they've done recently, and even the wins that they've gotten over Cincinnati and stuff doesn't impress me. I'm sure Ian Anderson is going to enjoy being at home and whatnot, but Palante hasn't been horrible. I don't know what the number is on it is now. +125. Cardinals +125 for a half a unit.
For half? All right, I'll go second. And my read on this game is, I don't know, there's a ton of sharp money on the Cardinals in this one. Not really sure why. It seems like a lot of, the public is on the Braves, but there's a ton of money on the Cardinals. So I don't know what I'm missing there. Toast likes the Cardinals too. I just don't think they brought it on this road trip because the bats have just been stale. In that one game against Philly, they scored 7. Other than that, they look sluggish. I mean, just the bats aren't working at all, and the Cardinals have a stacked lineup. So I think they're going to have a rough. They lost game 1 to Atlanta last night, or yesterday during the day, I should say. They still have 3 more games in Atlanta. I think it's going to be rough. I think they will lose the series 3-1. So I definitely think the Braves win the game. Obviously, I don't like the price. Shit. No, I can't pass. Give me the freaking under. Jesus, this sucks. I'm not passing, Beaver. I have I don't have it in me to pass. Give me the under.
This guy's got too big of balls, everybody. Just make sure you know that, all right? This guy, fucking elephant sack. I'm going with the Cardinals. Money line, I'll take the half unit on that. Plus 128. I mean, here's a simple reason why. I trusted my life with Ian Anderson last game against a Phillies lineup that was the shit, and he fucking spat on me. That was disrespectful how bad he was. And I got news for you guys. This guy at home is even worse. A 6.28 ERA, an 8.66 OPS, a 1.74 WHIP. This man is pathetic, and he can make just about any lineup look good. Even with the Cardinals without Bader, Dickerson, O'Neill. By the way, that's why they're struggling. So, I don't give a damn, okay? Andres Payante, however the fuck you pronounce his name, he's been doing pretty well lately. He's been very solid as a starter. Does it concern me? He's a little worse versus righties, which he's going to be seeing a ton of today. Yes, of course. But simply put, I just can't ride with Ian Anderson anymore. And if we're looking at bullpens, Cardinals have been one of the basically the top 3 bullpen over the last 3 weeks. Atlanta's has been a bottom 5. Maybe the Cardinals could squeak out some runs late, but I don't even think they need to worry about that because Ian Anderson is a piece of trash. Give me the Cardinals money line.
Braves are going to win, but thanks for playing.
I'm going to take the stab at a half unit.
Bringing you over to, in case everyone was concerned, here's the tracking for the money all day. You can see the public's been on Atlanta in the 60s, high 50s, but then look at the money. For some reason, all over St. Louis. Not much line movement at all. Went from plus 129 to plus 125, so really nothing to go by there. Anyway, moving on. Next game. We are on game number 10 now. Twins at White Sox. Beaver, you're going to go first because you were dissing Mr. Winder. And he called Winder a scrub. Winder's a beast in the making, bro.
Oh, wow. I honestly didn't even do prep about Winder. I'm just going to go with Michael Kopech, under 4.5 hits allowed at plus 102. I'll put 0.75 units on that. Michael Kopech at home this year has been nothing short of unhittable. The guy has I think it's a sub 100 OBA at home, and it doesn't matter who comes into Chicago. Nobody can hit this guy. He may walk some guys, but nobody's hitting him. We're talking about a Yankees team and a Dodgers team that combined for 2 hits through 13 innings against this man. My boy Michael Kopech is nasty. And let's go ahead and look at some of the recent starts for opposing pitchers against the Twins. Rolling that up right now. We've been seeing them struggle, honestly, lately, and against some non-impressive pitchers. They only got 5 against Johnny Cueto in a spot that was absolutely horrible for him. They eat off all of Johnny Cueto's main pitches. They only got 5 hits and 2 runs off the dude. Sad. Tyler Wells, 3 hits allowed. That's my boy, but still, sad. Jordan Lyles, who's terrible on the road. He allowed 4 hits. Spencer Watkins, that man is ass cheeks McBooty. He allowed 3 hits. So I'm obviously going to take a guy who has a sub 100 OBA against a Twins team that can't even hit scrubs right now. Simple.
Okay. Strong words from a strong man. I'll go second. I really feel like I'm being bullied into a White Sox bet here, and I don't like it. I don't like when I feel like the books or the numbers are telling me who I should bet. So I'm not going to do it. I was riding the White Sox. I had to fade them yesterday, obviously, because of Johnny Cueto. So I really, really want to bet the White Sox, but I feel like it's forced. So what I'm going to write, you know what? Real quick. I'm going to write this in. I'm taking the over at 9.5. Let me write that in, because I'm definitely going to take that. It's at plus 100 for a half unit. So I'm definitely going to take that without a doubt. They didn't have the White Sox team total up earlier, so let me see if they put it up. White Sox.
4.5, 120.
See, that was my concern. I think the White Sox will get to Kopech. I just don't know if I can rely. I think that the White Sox will score some runs. I just don't know if you can rely on Kopech to shut the Twins down. That's
great hitting conditions and guaranteed rate field today. 12-mile-an-hour winds blowing out at 86 degrees temperature. That means that we're having a plus 22% home runs, plus plus 6% runs. It's a really nice night in Chicago.
Say less. So I'm taking the over 9.5 for a half unit, and the Chicago White Sox team total over 4.5 for another half unit. All on the overs in that one. Toast, what do you think?
Love the White Sox. Give me the White Sox in the first 5 on the money line for 1.3 units. It's at minus 135, so I can win a whole unit on that one. I think Kopech is a stud. And then I also that's how I knew the team total. White Sox team total over 4.5, minus 120 for a half a unit as well.
So we're both on that team total. So we just
You
want...
can just leave my team total off since you already have it on there. It's not a big deal.
All right. So we need some White Sox runs here. Well, Beaver needs Kopech under hits. I don't... See, the thing is, I looked at Kopech's recent starts, and maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I thought they weren't that impressive.
They were on.
They haven't.
They haven't been?
No.
Okay. All right. So there are the picks for that one. Let's move on to number 11. Game number 11, Cubs at Brew Crew. I'll go first because this is probably my favorite bet. I'm on the Brew Crew, man, at minus 131. No way.
125 now.
Beautiful. So the Brewers have hit their team total over. I know it's 8-2 in the last 10, but it was 9-1. So if I had to guess, it's probably like 10-2 in the last 12. The Brewers just continue to hit the ball. I am going to keep riding that Milwaukee team total over. I'll take the money line, minus 131 for a full unit. I'm also taking the Milwaukee team total over 4.5, which was at, I wrote it down. Oh, and even minus 110 when I looked. Minus 110 for a point. I'll just make it a half unit. No, I don't like betting too much on one game. But yeah, I really like this one. I think the Brewers slapped the shit out of the Cubs. Let me go back to my notes here. Oh, yo. I always say this about the Cubs, and the same exact thing applies to specifically Kyle Hendricks. There's something about the Cubs and Kyle Hendricks where people just, like, love to overprice them. Kyle Hendricks is priced out like a low-end starting pitcher 1, high-end starting pitcher 2. This dude's like a decent back-end starter, or at least puts up the numbers of one. I don't trust this guy at all, and I'm happy to fade him in most of his starts. So I really don't know much about Jason Alexander, the guy starting for the Brewers, but he did see the Cubs earlier in the year, and he threw 7 strong innings against them. So that was at Wrigley. Now they're back in Milwaukee. I love the Brew Crew here.
Yeah, I'm going to go second, Beaver, just because I have the same bet as him. I love the Brewers here. 1.25 units on the Brewers money line at minus 125 or 1 point, whatever you want to give to me at, Kyle. I do trust Jason Alexander. He's pitched 4 times or 5 times this year. He's looked bad 1 time against the Cardinals. He kind of gets a pass for me with that. This is going to be the Kyle Hendricks' second time in Milwaukee this year. And the first time he went to Milwaukee, he went 4 innings and gave up 6 runs. I honestly think that half the people are betting the Cubs because they saw Suzuki's back in the lineup and he hit an inside the park home run yesterday. And it's like a fun, feel-good bet. So I think this is insane value with the Brewers here today. And I'm like Kyle, it's one of my favorite plays.
Prop Beaver.
I'm a little scared off the Brewers by how good the Cubs have been swinging the bat lately, and the fact that they already saw Alexander. Just look at Alexander's last 3 games. He gave up 4 runs to the Cardinals. Then in a relief against Tampa, he gave up a run in 2 outs recorded. And then the next relief he does against Pittsburgh, he gives up 2 runs in 2 innings. So I'm not very impressed with this Jason Alexander character.
I object. Different situations. If his last 3 stings as a starter, he went in 5 2/3 innings against Cincinnati, only had 2 runs, and then he went up to Washington, went 4 2/3 and gave up a run.
The start
The
before
same
that, he
thing
gave
against
up
the
7
Phillies.
hits.
It's different
The start before that, he
situation.
gave up 7 hits. The start before that, he gave up 7 hits.
But
This
he's
guy is
just-
giving up hits like he's giving out pancakes at a
And he's
fucking
not, and
pancake
no one's
factory.
scoring runs. So what's that mean? You know what? It's funny because people say that about Frambar. Oh, he gives up a whole bunch of hits.
That's a different element, brother.
You're right.
Look at this Jason Alexander kid. He looks like Count Dooku. Fuck this guy.
Yo, click on this guy's picture? Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at the guy's picture. He looks like Count Dooku.
Yeah, he does kind of look like a fucking pedo. I'll give you that. But I don't care.
Yeah, he
He's still
does.
going to pitch well tonight.
He looks like a fucking South Dakota pedo, and I don't bang with him. Alexander over 1.5 walks. You can get that at -110. I'm putting a half unit on it. It's hit in 6 of his. Wait, what is that?
You did all of that for a walk bet?
No.
Yo, for real! Put your money where you bet the Cubs then. Bet the Cubs.
I'm not betting the Cubs. Let me finish. This is the verbal assault I deal with. This is the assault.
I don't see. This guy looks fine. I don't see. He doesn't look like a pedophile.
Honestly. Alexander over 1.5 walks. The Cubs have been drawing walks at an obscenely high rate lately. It's hit in the past 9 to 12 games against opponents. And Alexander has thrown 2 walks in 5 of 7 games. I like my chances there at -110. Brewers team total over 4.5 +100. I'm going to put a half unit on that. As Kyle said, they have been scoring regularly over this total. And Kyle Hendricks has seen them 3 times already this season. This is now going to be his 4th. And in the 3 starts, he has a 6.14 ERA, 164 WHIP. And if you look at the Cubs bullpen, it's been amongst the worst in the league. So I'm pretty confident that the Brewers can hit at least 5 here.
I can't believe he just talked all that shit.
Alexander blows.
I can't believe you just talked all that shit and didn't bet the Cubs. That was like the most fucking cotton candy shit I've ever seen.
Put a half unit. Put a half unit on the Cubs. Put a half unit on the
There
Cubs.
you go.
In the first 5. In the first 5.
And what was your stupid walk bet, yo?
Over 1.5 walks, -110 for a half unit.
This is Jason Alexander?
Yeah, now you got me betting the Cubs in the first 5 and the Brewers team total over. You see what you do?
That's not me. Your dumbass was talking shit. I said back it up.
And yo, memorabilia in the comments, memorabilia. Milwaukee is 6-5 against the Cubs this year, and they're 21-9 the past 2 years. So they do kind of dominate them, bro.
22-9. Holy shit.
Who said they don't dominate them?
Well, no, he said we were acting like they. But we were just saying we think they're going to win today. I wasn't
So
saying.
did I. That's what I know, but I'm just going to his point, though. It's not even true.
What is with this like support of Beaver in the comments? I don't get it. Let's move on. The man just talked shit and didn't, and we had to like big brother him into taking the bet.
I'm a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy. Royals at Astros. Zach Greinke, Louis Garcia, Beaver. Go ahead and start.
Yeah, so I did a little SGP for this one. Sorry if it's too complicated for some people, but it's Astros money line and Altuve to get a hit, -120. Putting 0.75 units on that. I think Luis Garcia is in a great spot. He has dominated KC before. He's coming off a fantastic start against the Yankees. He should be very confident here. While the KC bats definitely have been hitting on the road, I do respect that. They've been much worse versus right-handed pitching. Garcia's got nasty stuff. I don't know if they're going to get to him. Meanwhile, on the other side, we got Zach Greinke in a little revenge game, but that dude's a straight-up weirdo. He's gotten crushed on the road this year. 6.9 ERA, 850 OPS. On the road versus right-handed batters is his worst spot. He's going to be seeing 7 of them tonight. And, I mean, Houston over the last 2 weeks, top 3 in almost every single category. It's hard not to find some value in parlaying those 2. Oh, and the reason why I'm betting Altuve to get a hit, he's 10 of 26 with a 385 average, and he's hit in 24 of 30 home games.
Cool. All right. So that's a same game parlay. Houston money line with Altuve to get a hit, right? I wrote that down right?
Yep.
Cool. I'll go next. And I'm in the same boat as Beaver in the sense that... Damn, did I not even write this game down? Whoops. I didn't write this game down, but I put it in a parlay. Kind of the same thing I did last night with the Blue Jays and the Dodgers money line, which didn't hit because the Blue Jays are scrubs. I'm taking Houston money line, Dodgers money line in a parlay. It comes out to be -1. Shit, let me just make sure that's what it comes out to be. 1 second. Comes out to be +101, actually. +101, and I'm putting a full unit on it. Nice little parlay there. I love the Astros. They're 15-3 in their last 18. And there's no way, even at this great price, I got to find a way to get them on the ticket. So, Toast, what do you think?
I'm going to take the Royals in the first 5 on the money line for half a unit at +195. They've already seen Garcia once this year. They're hitting the ball really well. I just think this is kind of too overpriced for me. So I'm going to take the Royals again at a small price or a huge price at a small unit.
Ooh, okay. Takes a half unit stab there. All right, so those are the bets for that game.
Just for the record, I'm not going to put this on the show, but if you guys want to know, I personally also bet. I did the Royals first 5, but I also bet the Royals plus 2.5 at minus 155 for a full unit myself, personally, just so everybody knows.
Okay, sounds good. Plus 2.5, damn. Next up, San Francisco at Arizona. Toast, you just went last, so why don't you start? You hit on the D-backs dog yesterday, didn't you?
I did. And guess what? We're going right back to the well again, guys.
Figured you might.
D-backs are just way too hot, and I honestly think that the San Francisco Giants are the most overvalued team in Major League Baseball right now. Not only are they playing like dog shit, they're being priced like very good favorites each and every time out. This is just not only a play on the number, it's just a play on the current form of the Diamondbacks. They're scoring runs at a crazy pace the last few games, 8, 5, 7, 9, 0, 7, 11. So they're scoring runs. Alex Wood, I don't really trust on the road that much. The last 2 times he's been on the road against Pittsburgh and Atlanta, he's got lit up. Has decent numbers against Arizona the last time out, but the times before that, he got shelled pretty hard. Gilbert's not a guy that I love, but again, I'm not really scared of the San Francisco bullpen, or the San Francisco bats, excuse me. So I'm going to take Arizona in the first 5 on the money line at plus 135. And then I'm going to take them for a half a unit. And then I'm just going to give myself a little cushion, but at a good price. Arizona plus 1.5, minus 105 for a full unit.
I'll go second because, you can almost mirror exactly what he just said. I don't know why this Giants team is being priced like this, man. This is crazy. They lost 5 straight baseball games. They're 3-11 in their last 14. And they're getting priced like they're the goddamn Dodgers. This is crazy. I mean, Alex Wood, look at his numbers on the road. They're terrible. The Giants should have the starting and pitching advantage with Wood over Tyler Gilbert. But, really, do they? It's closer than you think. I don't trust Alex Wood on the road. I don't trust the Giants lineup at all. The only positive I could say about the Giants is that Arizona struggled to hit lefties a little. They're back at 25th or 26th in the MLB in the past 2 weeks. So, there's a positive. Arizona struggled to hit lefties. But you know who else has struggled to hit lefties? The Giants. And Tyler Gilbert is also a lefty. So even the only positive point, I could throw it right back in your face if you're trying to bet the Giants here. I am definitely with Toast on the Arizona plus 1.5 at minus 105 for a full unit, without a doubt. And I also bet. I also took the under at 9 just. Because if you're going to give me Arizona's been scoring runs, but they're not good against lefties recently, according to the numbers. So I'll go with the under 9. You got that at minus 105 too, and I'll put 0.5 units on that. So Arizona plus 1.5 full unit, under 9 half unit. Mr. Beaver, he's laying the 1.5 at San Francisco. He's gonna do it.
I'm laying the first 5 minus 0.5.
Oh my god!
And I'm betting just a half unit on it. And this is just simply a pure fate of how putrid Tyler Gilbert is. I just don't think this guy's good as a starter this year. He's putting up a 1.016 OPS. He's getting cranked for home runs left and right, and the hitting conditions are quite nice for him today. Alex Wood. Yeah, he does have some numbers, but through the first 2 orders of the lineup, he is pretty solid. And although Arizona is hot lately, looking at their numbers the past 2 weeks against lefties tells me otherwise, with the fact that they're 25th in OPS, WOBO, WRC+. So, listen, it's priced this way for a reason. I have to somewhat believe somehow that the Giants could win at least the first 5 here. I feel shameful in this pick. That's why I'm going to half unit on it. But listen, my friends at ballparkpal.com, they like the Giants to score some runs early. As long as Alex Wood doesn't get shelled like that piece of trash Rodon did, I think that we should be fine.
Wow. Just, I mean, this isn't as bad as that Pirates first 5 money line, which I have that clip saved. I'm going to bring it back at the right moment.
Dude, that shit was a fire bet. We only lost by 17.
All right. So, yeah, Beaver on the other side there with a ballsy, strong half-unit play. He really puts his full bicep out there with that. Let's go,
There's no reason to bet crazy on these dog shit games. What do you want me to tell you, brother?
I don't think that's a dog shit game.
Me neither.
I actually really like that game. Like, I was shocked to see you on the Giants.
Yeah, that was. It took me by surprise, to say the least. Next game, Toronto in a possible comeback, bounce back spot against Oakland. Beaver, you went last, so why don't you go first?
Great, another game I love. And so we got Yusei Kikuchi, who honestly I was off the bandwagon of Yusei Kikuchi. I wasn't trusting him, but now I'm back on the bandwagon of Yusei Kikuchi. I know it's the ebbs and flows, baby, the ebbs and flows. And listen, Kikuchi,
A long year.
He had some control last game. I liked what I was seeing. It was against a Rays team I thought was going to lit him up, and he performed phenomenally. Meanwhile, he's going against the A's lineup that just simply can't seem to hit at home. He has fantastic numbers against them, 230 OBP, 397 OPS, and a 32 K percentage. Yes, he's worse on the road. Yes, he's worse against right-handed batters. But if you just look at some starting left-hand pitching game logs in Oakland, I mean, these dudes are allowing like 1, 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2 runs. So they're obviously not getting to these left-handed pitchers that are heading over to Oakland. There's some poor batting conditions there as well. And then we got Adrian Martinez on the other side, who I was banking on to have a decent start against the Mariners. He completely blows up my first 5 plus 0.5. I will never respect him again. And listen, I know it was his second big league start. I know I'm being a bit harsh on Buddy. But now he has to go against a Toronto lineup that's almost all righties. He has been horrendous against righties thus far with a 4.5 home run per 9. I mean, if the Mariners were cranking him out like that and they're terrible at home, I can only imagine what Toronto's going to do. Toronto's been so cold lately. I expect them to break out of this slump. So I'm going to put 0.75 units on the Jays' first 5 run line.
On the run line. What is that? What are the odds on that?
Minus 125.
And you said 0.75 units.
On
Got
the
it.
run line.
Toast, you want to go next?
I would love to go next. I think Yusei Kikuchi has actually looked really good his last 2 starts, 12 strikeouts to only 2 walks. Obviously, the one against Milwaukee, he got lit up, but before that with the Yankees, he looked really good. So when there's outliers like the Milwaukee one, where there's 2 innings and tons of runs, I don't throw it completely out, but I also kind of look at it as an outlier. If you like in math, it's just it happens. But I do think he looks better. Again, I thought the spot was with Oakland last night. I really liked the spot last night with Oakland. That's why we played them. I really like the spot here for Toronto. Now that they're back here, they've got some legs under them. They got a good night's sleep. I like Toronto minus 1.5 at minus 115 for a full unit.
Me and Toast are thinking alike here. I'm on the exact same bet. It's only a matter of time. This Blue Jays team just can't continue to lose like this. They're too good. And I want to fade Kikuchi, but the truth is he's starting to actually look better. And it reminds me of Kikuchi last year, because Toast, remember, there was a stretch of time on Seattle where we were actually cashing on Kikuchi. So although he had a really rocky road through the beginning of his tenure with Toronto, last year with Seattle, he was actually a pretty decent bet. So I didn't forget about that. So I'm definitely on Toronto here. I still think Oakland is possibly the worst team in baseball, even though they've shown a little bit of signs of life recently. I'm on the exact same bet as Toast. Toronto on the run line.
Oh my god, I forgot to do it.
Yeah.
And bonus points to anyone in the comments who can identify what we're doing with that. Toronto on the run line.
Seriously, I will buy you a T-shirt or something if you can tell me what that is. No problem.
Toronto Blue Jays on the run line. If
they're on a shirt of that, I would totally rock that.
If they're on sports betting Twitter, there's a chance they've seen it. Anyway, next game. Rockies at Dodgers. Oh my God. Both of these clowns are going to tell you to take the Rockies, so let me start by telling you why they're wrong. This is all a mirage. None of this is real. That 4-game series with the Rockies against the Dodgers, that happened... That was like a week ago? It was like a week ago. So yeah, that was a mirage. It's bullshit. The Dodgers are the superior team. Personally, my play for this one, you already heard it. I put it... I'll go get it real quick. Where is it? Where is it? Jesus, where's my Houston Dodger parlay? Oh, here it is. You want to go get this real quick? So yeah, this is my play for this one. I did a full unit on this. Astros, Dodgers, parlay, plus 101 for a full unit. I like it. Great value. Now you're going to listen to these two jamokes try to con you into betting the Rockies. Don't give in.
I bet them, but the line is completely different now. It's 30 cents different. I bet the Rockies in the first 5 at plus 195. They're plus 160 now. So all that is just kind of out the window for me. So I'm going to pass actually on this one.
Oh, he takes a pass. He's taking a page out of Beaver's book.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to give somebody out. I got 30 cents better. I'm not going to give out 160 when I got 190. Like, that's BS.
Go ahead, AJ.
I wish there was more of a sample size with this Pew Pew character. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's P-E-P-I-O-T.
Oh, I forgot to adjust the picture on the graphic too.
I don't know what this guy's name is. I'm gonna put a half unit on the LA Dodgers first 5 team total under 2.5. And that's because Yerman Marquez has some really nice history against his Dodgers team. Yes, did he just get lit up by them? Absolutely. But I expect some adjustments here. And what I do like for Yerman is the fact that he'll be on the road. He's been so much better on the road this season. And let's not forget the first start of the season that Yerman had against the Dodgers. But he went 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, and 1 earned run. He looked dominant. His last 6 starts at Dodger Stadium, 2-1 with a sub 2.50 ERA and a 0.91 WHIP. He's looked quite good when he goes to Dodger Stadium. And in this lineup, he's going to be seeing 4 or 5 lefties. He's been much better versus lefties. Versus a lefty on the road. That's a really nice spot for him. So I'm going to go with that under 2.5 at plus 100 for a half a unit. I wanted to go with the first 5 under, but now that Pew Pew's fucking starting, I have no faith about that.
Oh, that Rockies lineup scares you?
What do you mean?
That Rockies lineup scares you.
Well, considering I want to take the first 5, I guess, yeah, it should somewhat scare me. And I'm going to take the first 5, even at the plus 160.
Oh my God, peer pressure, bro. You don't have to.
No, I know. I want to bet the Rockies in the first 5. I think Yerman's going to have a great start. And as long as Pew Pew doesn't have a phenomenal one, I think we could get some runs early, and I think we'll win that first 5 or a half unit. I don't give a fuck about doing a half unit bet on that.
A possible 0.8 unit payout would be nice. All right.
Yeah, a little baby.
So my parlay hit last night. So I think the hot hand should take the reins here. Actually, you know what? Let me go last because I just realized I built the first 2 legs and didn't add the third yet. I thought I finished it. Let me finish it. So Toast, do you want to give out your hit parlay?
Yeah, I'll give out my hit parlay. Josh Donaldson, Austin Riley, and J.D. Davis all to get a hit, coming back at plus 175. All of them have great numbers.
All right, let me write that down so they can see it.
Josh Donaldson,
yep.
Austin Riley, and J.D. Davis, baby.
Donaldson, Riley, J.D. Davis. And what's the odds?
Plus 175.
175. So there's the hit parlay. He went on a streak, but now is that 2? We're getting a cold streak now.
Well, okay, it sucks because I gave out Will Smith on the show, but the 4-legger that I gave out for the hit parlay or for the SGP thing, the promo yesterday, that hit. So a lot of people thank me for that one. So we're good. We're all right.
All right. So for my parlay, we're gonna go with the Mets and Phillies are the first 2 leg. I'm going to add to finish it off the Red Sox. I really like them. It's only plus 325. So let's go ahead and add the Astros to it. Which brings it to... come on, add it up. Fucking DraftKings website is lagging. Plus 492. Alright, so I'll type it up for everyone. Because it hit last night, so let's stick with it. Mets, Phillies, Red Sox, Astros, plus 492. Let's move that up so everyone can see it. There you go. We are going to collaborate.
I got a parlay. I also have a parlay. I made one too.
Well, we're going to... Actually, yeah, I'll put one more on the screen.
It's really quick. It's just White Sox and Marlins first 5 money line together at plus 179.
Okay. I got that on the screen too. So yeah, we're about to stay on the call after we end the live and collaborate and make 2 more parlays, or maybe hit parlays, maybe same game parlays. We'll see for the VIP. So if you're a VIP, you got that coming. All right, that's it. Sorry for the long episode. There's just a lot of games, man. It took a while to get through. Thank you everyone for watching. There was a lot of people in here today. And we'll be back. Tomorrow is Wednesday. There's a lot of day games, so we'll see. Maybe we can hop on in the morning and do the early games and do 2 lives. I think that's what we did last Wednesday. Maybe we'll try to do that. I'll keep you posted on Twitter. I'll tweet out what we decide to do. So let's make some money tonight. Let's have a good night. And hopefully next time we speak, we'll all be up units. Have a good night, guys. 1 second.